And today I'm going to talk about a $2,500 grant that could help you grow your business. And so the grant I'm going to talk about today is the Start, Pivot, Grow grant. The grant sponsor specifically created this grant to help business owners scale their business in the next few years. And so I'm going to talk about all the good grant details. So by the end of this video, you're going to feel confident about applying to this grant. Plus, I'm going to share how you can get an additional $20,000 to grow your business. The first thing you want to know about this grant is the grant deadline. This is the last day that you can apply to this grant. If you try to submit an application after this date, they will not even consider your application. The grant deadline is September 30th. Real quick, mark that down in your calendar so you don't forget. Just so you know, that is on a Monday and about 2 weeks away. And a little tip that I want to share with you all is that although the real deadline is September 30th, you really want to apply a week before. And so the goal deadline that you really want to meet is September 23rd, or at least 1 week or 7 days before the actual deadline. And the reason why applying early is important is because it shows the grant sponsor that you spent time and energy into the application and that you are not applying last minute. But at the end of the day, applying to this grant when you can is better than nothing at all. Now let's talk about the grant sponsor. I know a lot of y'all have questions like what organization is giving out this grant? Especially nowadays when we see scams on the internet left and right, we want to make sure that the organization giving out this money is legit and not just trying to get our personal information. And so the organization that is sponsoring the Start, Pivot, Grow grant is Integrity. You might have even heard about one of the companies they help scale from 6 to 7 figures. And that company is Baddies and Budgets, which was founded by Jasmine. And so this organization is all about supporting small business owners and helping them grow to that next level. And so before I share with you the grant requirements, I want you to know that if this grant isn't a good fit for you, there are other grants that you do qualify for. And I'm going to help you find them. I have a ton of resources that are going to help you find and apply to these grants. The first thing that you should check out are my playlists. I have a woman-owned, minority, and grants for everyone playlist. In addition, I have a business grant checklist and a AI business grant vault, which is going to help you leverage AI to find and apply to grants. And so if you're interested in any of those resources, it's going to be linked in the description below. Now getting into the Start, Pivot, Grow grant. In order to qualify for this grant, your business needs to meet 4 requirements. First, you need to be a US-based for-profit business. Secondly, you need to have between 1 to 2 employees. You can include yourself in the count of the employees. Third, your business needs to have made at least $50,000 in annual revenue. Lastly, your business needs to have been in operation or running for at least 2 years. And so if your business doesn't meet all 4 of those requirements, unfortunately, this grant is not for you. But as mentioned, there are a ton of grants and resources that you can use to help you find the perfect grant for you. In addition, there's the $20,000 grant that I'm going to share with you a little later on that don't have the same requirements as this $2,500 grant. And so I don't want you to miss your chance of getting $20,000 because you don't qualify for the $2,500 grant. Now it's time for us to hop into this grant application so you can see what it looks like and I can share some tips with you all. So here we are on the Start, Pivot, Grow grant application. I've included the link in the description below so that you don't have to read a bunch of articles and search for it. All I ask in return is to like and subscribe to this video if you find this information helpful. And so first up, we're going to see the grant details, and you do have $2,500 micro grant that you do not have to pay back. And so with this grant, they do include specific ways they want you to spend this money. And so you have to follow these guidelines if you want to keep the grant money once you win it. And so you can spend the $2,500 on utilities, commercial rent, inventory, professional development, software, marketing, or bookkeeping services. And so fortunately, when it comes to this grant, they give you a lot of options on how you can spend this money. Let me know if you have any questions about this in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer, but you want to make sure you spend the grant money on one of these categories. Moving on along, here we are on the grant application. And so on the grant, they're going to ask for basic information about you, like your first and your last name, as well as your legal company name. This is the name that you registered your business when filing your articles of organization. If you don't have an LLC or corporation, you should get one. I have included a link in the description below to one of the best formation companies that will help you set all of this up. But you do want to have an LLC when applying to these grants. Next is going to ask for your business email, your phone number, as well as your title. Then it's going to ask for your business address. When it comes to a business address, they are probably going to look up this business address on Google Maps. What they should see is a professional office building, not a postal office. And so if you want a professional office without having to pay for the costly rent, then you should check out a virtual office, which I have linked a really good one in the description below. Now it's going to ask for your EIN as well as your company website. The EIN you can get for free from the IRS website. It takes about 10 minutes to get. And then when it comes to the company website, if you don't have a website, you can get a really good free website with card.co. And next we have referral source. You can just say a friend told you and that'll be fine, as well as entry day. What day are you submitting this grant application? And then lastly, it's going to ask you to describe in full how you intend to spend the $2,500. If you have a hard time with writing like I do, then chatbots like ChatGPT and Perplexity can be very helpful, as you want to include the character count and question when you're asking the chatbot to help you with your writing. And then once ChatGPT helps you with a response, you want to then follow up and say, act as a grant judge, rate this writing 1 through 5, and provide suggestions on how I can make it better. And so with that prompt, it's going to help take your grant writing to the next level. And so once everything looks good, you're going to hit submit. You are officially done with the application. I am so very proud of you. Let's get to this $20,000. And so the way that you can win $20,000 for your business with the Start, Pitch, and Grow program is by competing in a pitch competition. And so if you haven't yet had much practice giving an elevator pitch of your business, right now is your chance, because sometimes you gotta throw yourself in deep water so that you can sink or swim and then learn from that experience. And so round 7 of their 2024 Pitch It competition is open, and you have until September 27th to submit the application. I want you to know that it's very short. It doesn't take much of your time, and to win $20,000 for a 20-minute application makes it worth your time. I cannot wait to see you next time, and make sure to watch this video right here, as it's going to walk you through how to use AI to help you fill out a grant application.